because this is relevant to a few video ideas I have, and just because it's fun, I decided to show off my most prized idea, my Pokemon Evil Team. Teams? Something like that. Anyway, because Scarlet and Violet don't have an actual evil team, I decided to take it upon myself to make my own. So here we have Team Fang and Team Scale. They all have a love for dragon-like Pokemon, so Dunsparce and Gyarados count, and yes, Charizard counts too. Limiting it to only dragon types felt too difficult game-wise, so I thought letting in Pokemon of differing types would work to even it out. There's even an in-game confirmation that not all dragons are dragon type. I will pull up the Lance photo though, just to be safe. Anyway, here's the lore I came up with, although it was originally just for Pokemon Scarlet. So ever since she was little, Knight had loved dragons and prehistoric Pokemon. After coming across an old book full of prehistoric Pokemon, including an ancient form of Cyclizar, she made it her mission to find and capture the strange Pokemon mentioned within its pages. Through her journey, she'd begun to grow bitter and even hate fairy and ice-type Pokemon. Due to this, she formed Team Scale and brought about her mission to not only capture the Cyclizar of old, but also wipe out all ice and fairy types that plagued Chaldea. As she grew stronger and stronger, other dragon-type experts began joining her cause, and it became clear that they were becoming a real threat, leading to the Pokemon League having to step in to keep the team at bay. Nowadays, Team Scale is struggling to stay afloat, but Knight wouldn't give up on her dreams so easily, so she prevailed despite the hardships. Once word got back to her that a new student at Naranja Academy, aka the protagonist/player, had a living Koraidon, she began to send her followers after them as a way to not only keep track of them, but also to gauge their strengths so that she could plan on stealing the Pokemon away from them. Gameplay-wise, grunts would appear only every so often throughout the 3 storylines to battle the player before being defeated in the hideout. As the player advances through the game, they find more and more powerful members challenging them. However, it isn't until after defeating Aesada that things really get interesting. Knight manages to capture the second Koraidon from Area 0 before the player can, and uses its more aggressive nature to her advantage in order to continue pushing towards her end goal. This is where it acts more like an older Pokemon game with a storyline involving taking down an evil team. Gameplay would consist of the player having to fend off Team Scale's forces as they attempt to take over the Team Star bases, using this as a chance to show off their new strength, as now, admins use Paradox Pokemon, particularly Roaring Moon. As a show of power, Knight takes over the Fairy-type base and uses that as her new headquarters. The player battles through these bases like they would in Starfall Street, and once they plow through the new Dragon base, Knight comes out and battles them using the Koraidon from Area 0. After being beaten in battle, she surrenders and begins reflecting on her actions towards innocent people and Pokemon, all because of her selfish desire to protect her favorites. After a speech I haven't written yet, she gives the player the second Koraidon before wandering off to avoid getting arrested. As you know, it's the same Pokemon Violet, but just with the future Paradox Pokemon instead. Anyway, that's all from me. Look forward to one of my biggest videos that will be coming out sometime in the future. It may take quite some time due to what it is exactly, but trust me, it will be a very enjoyable one. So, with that, have a fantastic day, and Nightwing out.